Yeah, Secret House, Tokyo-based hip hop art and culture conversation podcast. No, not a podcast.
That's the Mega
YouTube
Late
channel.
Show.
Yeah, that's the
We're a
Mega Late
thing.
Show.
We're a thing.
Yeah. Like, subscribe, hit the bell for notification. We talk about independent underground, weird hip hop.
Come out to show them.
to show them. Yeah, Caltrops Press. It's getting really strange in here. Caltrops Press. Link in the bio. Noname Book Club. Link in the bio. The Sonic Cloth, link in the bio. We just did a 3-hour conversation about Billy Wood's post-2017 albums.
Yeah.
And Arm & Hammer. 9 albums. All right. But today we're discussing the Guilty Simpson and Uncommon NASA collaborative EP called The Era That Doesn't Know. Yeah, from Uncommon Records, 3 songs, 8 minutes, really short, just came out the other day. It looks like this is a precursor to a full-length project dropping on October 13 called Escalation. I don't know if these songs will be included in that project or not, but it seems to be a project by Uncommon NASA and the legendary Guilty Simpson. Well, both of them are pretty legendary.
Yeah.
Uncommon NASA is a New York MC artist, producer, engineer, writer, podcaster, poet, multi-hyphenate artist. I've got some Uncommon NASA stuff here. Hold on. Yeah, shout out. You know the vibes, that right there. Loyalist. My man Tracy Jones released an album through them a while back. That's my people.
Hey.
We did a Angry Black Man podcast for a while, me and Tracy Jones.
What?
Let's be a writer out here. But let's see, what else do we have? Guilty Simpson. You guys might know him from a variety of J Dilla projects as well as Madlib collaborations. How do you know these individuals?
I'm familiar with like Uncommon Records and like that whole release circle. I'm not like particularly familiar with Uncommon NASA's output as an artist. But Guilty Simpson, I mean, I was like really on my Stones Throw shit in like 2006, 2007, like around the time Dilla passed away, right? When I went to college or university, my room, like I bought a Dilla poster off of Stones Throw, and they just like included a Guilty Simpson poster in the thing. So like I had the cover of Ode to the Ghetto, which is a great cover, where he's like sat in the barber shop, like looking over. Yeah, this one right here.
Yeah. I remember that.
And yeah, I've been a fan.
Okay. What about like you, NASA though? Like, for me, like, I've known about the name NASA. Like, if you go back and listen to Fantastic Damage on the beginning of like the Praying Mantis and Dr. Hell No, like Vast is like, what the deal, NASA? And I was like, who is he saying, Nasir? Oh, he's saying NASA. And then I found out that NASA was doing a lot of the engineering on a lot of the Definitive Juke stuff, but also the Presence, Razor Fun, Woke, I Have No Face. All that old shit is something that I was loving growing up around back in the day. I think that I have a lot of respect for Uncommon NASA. He's been around for a long time and was kind of one of the cats that I think they were attributing the term progressive hip hop to him.
Okay.
Which is kind of like an open mic eagle, like art rap type of distinction to be made, or other ground to be made. And I've always appreciated the kind of left approach of NASA, in the sense that I felt like he followed the tradition of like the company flow tradition, like the weird leftist art progressive rap shit. And I've loved him for that. I can't say that I'm super, like, I can't remember all of his songs or anything like that. He's worked with like Mega Abusive and shit, who San Jose represent. I love Mega Abusive. But yeah, I'm a big fan of his work, and I like how fucking weird he is, how different he is.
For sure.
As for this album, it's not really an album. It's like three songs. It's like an appetizer, perhaps. It's just a few joints, but I think all of them have their interesting elements with the beats, the rhymes, and the approach, and they're probably more of an acquired taste for most hip-hop listeners, especially the kind of pedestrian, uninitiated, maybe I only listen to the radio and hip-hop is dead type of people. It's like, no, it's not. But I do, however, appreciate like 2 out of 3 of these tracks a lot. The production style is wildly unique, and the lyrics can't go wrong. Guilty Simpson's got such a dope voice. It doesn't really matter what he's saying. It just sounds fucking great on a beat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to be fair, in terms of what he is saying, and I guess we'll move into this conversation, but you told me prior to listening to it, like, oh, I want to talk about like this kind of theme. Sure. That is, throughout the whole record, the era that doesn't know this whole idea of like, your age and like where you sit within hip hop culture. And I was kind of expecting this album to be like a bitter old man being bitter the whole time, even though Guilty Simpson's not like old. I mean, that dude's like in his 40s, I guess.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, I'd be feeling old. But
like,
you and I are like 10 years apart.
Like, I remember listening to like one of the, I don't know if they've done more, but the Public Enemy album that came out a couple years ago, and Chuck D sounds so old on that record, and not old in the sense of like he's an old man. He's still got the urgency and the power, but like all of the lyrics are just like, all of you mumble rappers, you gotta speak up. Yeah. It's just like, all right, man. Like, I mean, I get it. I don't really listen to that kind of hip hop too, but like,
yeah, that's terrible.
You just sound like a cranky old man right now. And I was worried that was what this was going to be when you mentioned those themes. But I think there's kind of it's more of a love for that era, like its own, the own Simpsons' own kind of.
Well, like even the sample that they use, right, which I think is from a television show. It's a person. It's like a young lady face. It's saying, "You're from the generation that doesn't know shit. Like you're always wrong." And the dude's like, "Me, us. You're the generation that doesn't know shit. Y'all don't know shit about politics. Y'all don't know shit about music. Y'all don't know shit about history. But you're so fucking political, and you think you know shit." So, kind of the sentiment that I got from the general album is not so much like that Chuck D. You know what I mean? Whatever. Respectability politics bullshit or whatever it could be. It's more like, nah, fuck that. Like we're fucking like, what are you talking about?
Well, that's it. Yeah,
and I feel that way a lot.
It's like, yeah.
When we reviewed, to go off topic here, when we reviewed the Midair, the Paris, Texas album and shit, one of the things I was saying is that it feels very Zoomerish. It feels very like internet culture is your culture, and you haven't heard anything else, right? Which is a lack of history, a lack of musical knowledge. Not that you need to have that, but the reason it didn't vibe for me is because I've heard stronger versions of these type of things in elsewhere.
Absolutely.
Not to say that they didn't execute it well, enjoy what you like, but it's one of those things. It's just like this generational warfare that's been going on since the dawn of time. It's like, we are also the generation that doesn't know shit. You are the generation that knows shit. These kids are a generation that don't know shit. Most people don't know shit, but are so fucking supremely confident that they do. Me included, but, being a Marxist, I do know some shit.
Yeah.
No, but no, I really appreciate what, like, the biggest thing that I like about this album is the fucking production. I'm actually going to just go into the shit.
Just run a segment.
Because to me, like I just love the production. As soon as I heard the era that doesn't know and the way that it comes in, I was like, oh, this is some fucking B-boy Vortex Sutra type of shit. This is like the hard shit. Like this reminds me of going out and fucking writing graffiti and bitch. That's like to me, when I heard this, I was like, oh yeah, this is a fucking problem. This beat is fucking hard as shit, and it's not. What does it sound like? Nobody else's shit, right?
Yeah. What?
I mean, people might say, oh, it's kind of like early El Producto, Definitive Jux type of shit. But
there's a bit of the Def Jux stuff. I even see a bit of like the UK rap in like the early 2000s, Dizzy Rascal, Grafton. Like, there's a bit of it, but yeah, it doesn't really sound like anything.
Like LP sounds like LP. Like it sounds like, but this is just like, to me, this is just hard from that era, and that's what I've come to expect from Uncommon NASA. And one of the reasons I love Uncommon NASA because he is very left of convention, left of popular music tropes, and he doesn't really sacrifice anything to make his music. It's wildly unique to him, and also they just rap fucking dope on it. I do also really like what he's saying on this. NASA says like the dark-hearted legend, don't listen to any of my top artists' suggestions. I'm typecast within pretension. I've been there, you know what I mean? And I recognize the sentiment. Like on this show, I've been typecast into pretension.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, and it's just good. Like fucking short. What's his name? Short Fuse. I guess I'm not familiar with him, but he says some shit like chilling from. I wonder if he's talking about Killeen, Texas, because he says from K-Town to Austin. And I was actually in Killeen for 4 years, and it was probably the worst 4 years of my life in terms of culture.
Okay.
Just being in Texas, taking care of my nephew Trey. Shout out. But yeah, I was wondering if he's talking about that. You know, dusting off my gang color shoelaces, gladly chilling with b-boys, gladly chilling with b-boys. This is just some real hip-hop shit. It's just really dope. I think guys like our guy Ishmael Bennett will appreciate this. It reminds me of writing graffiti. It gets me hyped before a battle, or it's like throwing fucking graffiti cans at the police. I like that. Fast Talk Community, the second track, it's kind of feels like a regular ass like samba type of bossa nova type of beat, until some of these kind of strange chords come in. It goes from like Lovely Vacation to like Club Dread kind of, and it's good too. Guilty's on his shit, solid raps, very dope. Easy is the other track that I like a lot. I just like the variety, man. I'm excited to hear this. I just want to have a short conversation about this album because I fucking love that beat.
The thrust and disgust, the father Jordan Peele's advice from his first movie. The first movie that you cared about. I'm never scared of clout. That's just the amount of time someone hasn't been.
Especially when it's like, bitch. I love calling people bitch. Hold on, it's coming right now.
Let that one go.
Bitch, I will never let that go. No, I like it, man. I recommend it to people like that. I recommend this people that don't like children. If you ever told yourself that eating a dog is fine, go ahead, listen to this.
Yeah, I recommend this to people who don't really like hip hop, or they say they like hip hop, but they just like Run the Jewels. Like, they should listen to this.
Yeah, word. I recommend this to people who started like they used to go to Art Crimes website back in the day. I recommend this to people that used to go to Only Hip Hop Lyric Archives back in the day, where they had like these weird fucking Scantron type of like these dot matrix printouts of lyrics. Like this is for the old heads, I guess. I'm not the generation that doesn't know. You're the generation that doesn't know. Yeah. I wasn't going to get into any deep like leftist critiques about like convergence culture or anything, but I just wanted to be like, I fucking know. I know. I'm a part of the knowers. Yeah. What do you think? Are you part of the knowers?
No, I don't know shit.
Yeah, you don't know shit? See, these fucking continental, these continental philosophers.
Yeah, I'm just European, bro. Like I just, I look snooty when I see Americans like say some, I see an American say some stupid shit. I'm like, I know that's wrong. I just don't know what's
You
right.
got the advantage, man. Anytime you're having a discussion online with a person that's British, they automatically get seen as like, oh, that's the smart one. He's the smart one. He spells color with a U.
No one's making that mistake on Secret House.
Secret House against all of you. Pay attention. It depends on what's out when the other album drop. When this one drops, we'll see how it goes. Probably review it full length, but I'll definitely give it a listen. Shout out to Uncommon Records. Shout out to Caltrops Press, Noname Book Club, The Sonic Cloth. Shout out to us. Shout out to our patrons, especially our patrons. Like, subscribe, and figure yourself out.
Shouts out to Sleep. Not the stoner metal band, although they're cool too. But Sleep is a concept. Nice.
I'm down. Yeah. I'm down. I rock with Sleep. Sometime. I like that. Don't listen to any of my top artist suggestions. I fucking like that. You don't know what the fuck is going on. Oh, shout out to the, what is it called? The Dope Shit Podcast, which is him and Samurai Banana. And Samurai Banana was the cats whose beats I was playing. I've been listening to a long time. I don't be podcasting, but I know I feel like I wrote like an article for somebody about like a top 5 underground independent like hip hop things a couple years back.
Okay.
I don't know if it ever came out. Yeah, but it was like
paid.
No.
Well, fuck them.
No, I'd be just doing shit for the clout.
Yeah, what? Yeah.
This serves me right. And look, I have 0 clout. I've got only like 900 followers.
We
and
got
most of them are
subs on here.
But most of them are you. The chicken behind is giggling. Yeah. Oh yeah, we do. Shout out to us.
1100.
I think 1200 now, maybe.
Okay, what?
Maybe I might be wrong. Maybe 1300.
It ain't 1300.
Okay, you're right. See, 1 step forward and 2 steps back, Jet. Once you get happy a little bit, you gotta really reel it back in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Bye. I love you.
Yo.